My name is Linda Medina, and I am from Durango, Mexico. So I'm from a little town. It's really small. I mean, they barely built a middle school there when my mom was young, so it's really small. I came to the United States when I was 6 years old, so I was very young, and I've been going to Sheridan since the first grade. So it's been 12 years here. I was illiterate in English when I first got here, so I didn't know much, and I had my cousin, so I had someone to talk to. But after a couple months, I started learning and I started advancing, and I was placed in the advanced literacy classes. So I just worked my way from there. You use A and B. When you try to find C, you use A and C.
You always use A.
So since the beginning, my parents were very supportive of me going to school, and they were always there to help me out. And from the beginning, they told me school is your #1 priority right now. You have to work your best and you have to try your hardest. So once I started getting the hang of learning English, and once I knew the language well, I started, getting really good grades, and my teachers were really supportive of me, and they gave me a lot of motivation. So what helped me in school was just being able to, get that A+, or back then it was 1, 2, 3, or 4. So I was getting those 4s, and just getting compliments from my teachers and from my principal, and then on my way getting leadership titles. So I was a school president in 5th grade, so that helped out a lot with my confidence. And just being here in Sheridan has helped me out a lot because it's such a small community that I got to know everybody. Everybody knew me. I knew my friends' parents, they knew me, I knew a lot of the teachers. And because it's such a small community, everybody kind of knows each other and everybody helps out each other.
¿Esos dos?
1, 2.
Ese sí lo hice, solo que está en el libro, se me hace, no sé dónde lo dejo.
Yes, it would have to be in 1st grade, so it was a long time ago. I remember going in my classroom and I had a little knit hat like I have on right now that my mom made me. And I didn't know we couldn't wear hats in school, so my teacher would point at me and say, go hang it on the hook, and I'm like, what is she saying? I don't understand. So I just kind of walked over there and I'm like, what do I do? And that moment kind of sparked something. She took her time to explain to me, this is called a hat, and she took it off my head and she showed me, and she told me very slowly, you can't wear hats in school, so hang it up. And at that moment, I'm like, she's such a great teacher. She took the time to come explain to me instead of, sending me to a principal's office or something because of my hat. And that's a moment when I knew, I can learn English. I can understand. I'm going to understand what she's going to say, and I'm not going to have this problem anymore. So that moment really kind of just set up everything that I can learn, and I'm going to go further in life. Miss Aiken, she was my 3rd grade teacher, and she was also my younger brother and sister's teacher in Fort Logan. It was 3rd grade, and I remember being really scared for CSAP. So back then it was CSAP, now it's TCAP. So I was really scared because 1, I didn't know what this test was. 2, my parents had never heard of it either because in Mexico there wasn't something like that. So she just kind of pushed me toward a place where I wasn't scared of taking the test, and she helped me out that whole year. And she was just very supportive. She was always there for me. And when it came down to the actual day of CSAP, I don't quite remember it, but I remember our class was in the Sheridan newsletter because our whole 3rd grade class did such a great job. We improved our test grades, and it was really good for the school. Sophomore and junior year, that's when I knew I wanted to become a vet for sure. And I also knew that I wanted to become valedictorian when I knew what that was. Okay, so I started applying in late November, December, and I was kind of rushed. It just kind of hit me like, you need to start applying now, which I probably should have done earlier. So I applied to Colorado State University. Receiving that acceptance letter was the greatest thing in the world. My parents never applied to college, they just graduated high school, so when I got that letter in the mail, they were the first ones who I showed it to, and they cried and I cried and we hugged, and it was a really great feeling knowing that all my hard work paid off, and now I'm accepted into 3 colleges. And it's a great feeling also knowing that I had options. For a long time I thought, maybe I'm just going to go to a small community college, but now I have the option of going to 3 great schools. The Sheridan community has been great. I'm really glad my parents brought me here. Because of its size, like I mentioned before, it's not really just a community, it's a family. And so I have received help from all over, from all the teachers, from all the staff, administrators, and it's really nice to be able to, walk by someone in the district and say hi to them, and they know your story and they know who you are, and everybody's just been really supportive, and I've had a great group of friends that I've known since the 1st grade, and now I'm going to be able to graduate with them, and that's a really good feeling.